Okay, SkyGuardian. I saw that you recommended that we read from the Vachanāmrut. So let us read from another passage. We'll take a short interim and return to our discussion. The Vachanamrut is a collection of 273 discourses by Bhagwan Swaminarayan, who was a spiritual figure in the turn of the 19th century, who was very influential and started many spiritual lineages in his wake. He is revered as an avatar, a descension of a form of God known as Narayan. Here we are reading Gadhadā 147, the characteristics of those who have the 4 types of firmness. On the morning of Maha Sudhi the 12th, Samvat 1876, or the 27th of January 1820, Swami Shri Sahajanandji Maharaj, another name for Swaminarayan, was sitting on a large decorated cot on the platform under the neem tree in front of the mandir of Sri Vasudev Narayan in Dada Khachar's Darbar in Gadhadā. He was dressed entirely in white clothes, which seems to be his usual garb. At that time, an assembly of munis, as well as devotees from various places, had gathered before him. Your favorite place, Gregor. Then, snapping the fingers on his right hand, Sriji Maharaj said, "Everyone, please listen with attention, as I have something to tell you. What I have to say is simple, but only if you listen carefully will you be able to grasp its meaning, otherwise you will not." All of the devotees then requested, "Please do tell us, Maharaj." Thereupon, Sriji Maharaj said, Of the many devotees of divinity, some have firmness in the observance of Dharma, righteous duty. Some have firmness in realizing oneself as Atma, the true self or soul. Some have firmness in Vairagya, dispassion towards worldly things. Some have firmness in Bhakti, in loving devotion. Although one particular type of firmness is predominant in all devotees, they also possess all of the other types, but to a lesser extent. A devotee in whom firmness in observing Bhagavad Dharma is predominant lovingly engages themselves in sincerely performing the menial service of divinity and its devotees while abiding by the disciplines related to the Dharma, the righteous duty, of their Varna and Ashram, their caste and hermitage. In other words, non-violence, ahimsa or least harm, brahmacharya, conserving the sexual energies, etc. Such a devotee also enjoys building mandirs, houses of worship, and cultivating gardens for that divinity. They enjoy offering different varieties of delicacies to the divine, and also enjoys hand plastering and sweeping the mandirs of God and the residential halls of sadhus. monks. In addition, they offer bhakti to God, loving devotion, by listening to discourses, singing devotional songs, etc., without any form of pretense. Moreover, such a devotee who is firm in observing Dharma intensely enjoys listening to and reading scriptures expounding Bhagavad Dharma, divine righteous duty. A devotee in whom Atma realization, self-realization is predominant, always behaves as the Atma, the soul which transcends the three bodies, the physical, the subtle, and the causal, and the three states, being waking, dreaming, deep sleeping, and is characterized by eternal existence. They understand their Ishtadeva, their personal form of God. Everyone has their own. The manifest form of Sri Krishna Paramatma in this lineage, as all transcending, extremely pure, and forever possessing a divine form. In addition, they talk about and listen to talks expounding the pure nature of their own Atma, soul, as well as talks of Paramatma, the higher self. They also enjoy scripture that contains such talk. Their nature is such that they are unable to tolerate anything that obstructs them in behaving as the Atma, as the true self. A devotee in whom firmness in vairagya, dispassion towards the world, is predominant, has a persistent dislike for all worldly objects, but not towards divine form, realizing those objects to be asatya, unreal. They never remember the home attached to their physical body, their family, or other objects that they have renounced. In the same way that they never remember... You guys are going to laugh at this. In the same way that they never remember feces once they have been excreted. Such a devotee only keeps the company of devotees who are renunciants. In addition, they offer bhakti, loving devotion to divinity, in a manner that does not conflict with their renunciation. Glad you guys enjoyed that. We're all very mature in this Sangha. Their talks are always predominantly about renunciation, and they have a liking for scriptures propounding renunciation. Moreover, they harbor an intense aversion for tasty food, nice clothes, and, in fact, for all worldly objects related to the panch vishais, the five senses, that may interfere with their renunciation. A devotee in whom firmness in bhakti, loving devotion, is predominant, has intense love only for that divine form. Apart from that form of the divine, they are unable to focus their mind's vritti, thoughts, towards worldly objects. Yet, they lovingly offer rich clothes and jewelry to the divine. Such a devotee also very much enjoys listening to the human-like actions and incidents of divinity. They also greatly enjoy listening to any scriptures describing that divine form. In addition, they only develop affection towards those devotees who have love for the divine. Besides them, though, they never develop affection towards even their own child or other relatives. Wow, powerful perspective. Such a devotee is always engaged in some activity that is related to divinity. Now, after reflecting upon this discourse, prescribing the characteristics of devotees possessing these 4 types of firmness, all of you please reveal which of these is your inclination. In actual fact, this talk is rather like a mirror, in that it reveals one's own inclination as it is. Furthermore, those who are devotees of divinity are never without an inclination, but because they have not recognized their own inclination, they find that they cannot strengthen it. And as long as one's inclination is not strengthened, it will continue to fluctuate according to the talks one hears. So, after thinking over this discourse, please reveal your inclinations as they are. All of the devotees then revealed their respective inclinations. Thereafter, Sriji Maharaj requested, "Those who have similar inclinations, please stand up together." Then those devotees with similar inclinations stood up in turn, after which Sriji Maharaj asked all of them to sit down again. Nityanand Swami then asked, "Do those 4 types of devotees, with their respective inclinations, have any virtues or drawbacks in their inclinations?" Sriji Maharaj replied, "Yes, they do have virtues and drawbacks. Please listen as I describe them. To the extent to which devotees with these 4 inclinations behave according to the characteristics I have described earlier is their virtue, and the extent to which they cannot behave according to these characteristics is their drawback." Finally, Muktanand Swami asked, "Is any one of the 4 who have such firmness superior or inferior to the others, or are all 4 equal?" Sriji Maharaj replied, "As long as each one adheres to their firmness, then all 4 are equal. However, if a person adheres to all 4, then they are superior to all. When one person is firm in all 4, they are known as Param Bhagwat, the highest of the divine, and only they can be called an Ekantik Bhakta, an absolute devotee." Okay, that was a little technical. Not as technical as yesterday's, but still a little bit concerning the 4 kinds of firmness.